What's popping? You already know what this is. It's on the Lockout. We got my man Hab here today. He's going to talk about his Rikers Island experience and a little bit about his prison experience. We're going to try to do a part one, part two. This is Rikers Island Correctional Facility.
Yo, what up?
How was it for him, his first time there? Thank you for tuning in. Hab this is a special one for me, guys, because Hab is someone that I grew up with as a child in Sunset Park. Shout out to Sunset Park, Brooklyn. So those that know Hab really knows me like real good, beyond Scooby-Doo. Yeah, so Hab, let us know how was it for you your first time ever at Rikers Island. Was it hard for you? How were you treated? Did you get beat the hell up? Everything was good? What was your experience like when you first came through? Like, were you shook?
Yo, when I was in Rikers Island Correctional Facility, when I first went through, it was like I didn't get robbed or hurt now, but I remember like, niggas had game and shit. So it was like, when I went through, it was like, when you first come through back then, they had like porters, dudes that was when you first came through, when you was in the bullpens. You know what I'm saying? You pull up, there'll be already dudes there, but there'll be a few of them that mess with the police, you know what I'm saying? Because they were porters and shit. So they hustle you out your shit, you know what I'm saying? They be like, yo, I'm telling you, I got commissary, you got cigarettes, all this and that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? When I first pulled up, I was like, yo, he was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? He didn't get me out my shoes or nothing. Niggas wanted a hat or something. I had some hat or something. And he traded for like, at that time they had like they had the pack of buns. It was like onions and shit. It was like, the buns, and they had the little meats. You know what I'm saying? You could buy the little meats in commissary, but you know what I mean? You could put them wherever, you know what I'm saying? Right. So you be hungry, man. You coming through the, you know what I'm saying? You coming through the pens. So yeah, I feel like I got hustled, but I didn't realize that until later. You know what I'm saying? So, but I was lucky though, when I came through though, I already knew there was mad heads in there from the hood already. You know what I'm saying? And plus, I was already like in DFY and all that and Sparfish. So half these dudes I already knew. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas going back, back then, man, But for the most part, when I went through, they sent me to the Sprungs. I didn't stay in the building the first time I went through. You feel me? They had sent me to the Sprungs. I mean, I don't know if anybody remembers or if they was in the island back then. Back in 93, 92, you know what I mean? All that. It was crazy.
Facts. I did a video speaking about the Sprungs. That's why I got so hype. I was a Sprung gangster.
Right. That was the name of it. Yeah, we were Sprung gangsters. Yeah. But yeah, I was in Sprung 3. Yeah, I was there, and it was crazy because there was a police in there. He was notorious too. He was cool though. He used to let us pop when we had to, but he was no joke. And yeah, man. So when we was down there, man, we was, Sprung gangsters. You know what I'm saying? We had beef with the building. Sometimes we in the building, they jump off on us.
Yep, the build. Yo, no lie. I'm keeping it 100. Dudes can front all they want and say, "Oh, I don't remember." Dudes be hating on other dudes that tell these stories. I don't know why, bro. We all in this together, bro. They said you want to understand, ask, and we'll explain. Listen, I remember that you was right. The buildings used to pop on the Sprungs. The Sprungs, they thought you was soft if you was in the Sprungs because you thought you was tough because you was over there.
You know what I mean? Like.
It was like that. I got jumped in the Sprungs. I said the story. I keep it 100. Real gangsters been through stuff. These dudes be like, yo, nothing ever happened to me. Bro, you was popping on soft dudes. That's why. But anyway, you was in the Sprungs. You went to the island. They tried you for your hat, whatever it was. You got your little onion shit, whatever, right? Boom. And moving forward. Why? I mean, how was it?
So it was so let me tell you. So while I was in the Sprungs, linked up. With your people, you get, band up. We had our little peoples, you know what I'm saying? We rolling with. And so we turned it out. You know what I'm saying? We on flip mode.
Who was you?
Just had a mad riot.
I don't mean to cut you off. Who, if you don't mind, I mean, who was you rolling with? You could say, like.
Oh, I was rolling with LK. You know what I'm saying? Land King for life, baby. You already know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you know how it is, But at that time I was rapping hard. Like we was out there, it was back then. It was just like the beginning for me. I was young. I was like 17. You know what I'm saying? Right. Going on 18. And it was just like we didn't have no respect for life.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't even care because we was going in out of jail. It was like nothing. You feel me? And it was like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, yo, put some more. It was like I ain't gonna front. Like I used to get locked up with no problem. I used to not even care. I used to be like, yo, I'm going back to the Springs, or I'm gonna go back to, you know what I'm saying, Mod 9, Mod 8 or something. Cause nigga, my peoples, they was wilding. We was wilding over there. I was crazy. I didn't care. You know what I mean? I was a little kid. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, in the street, you know, at that time, you know, in the Springs, man. I mean, I don't care what nobody said. Back then, the Springs wasn't soft. You know what I mean? They was putting that work in, like, you know what I mean? In the hallways too. You know what I mean? They didn't even care. You had your individuals that put the work in, and then some people got shipped to the building. They got shook. You know what I'm saying? But when they sent, you know, me to the building, I was good. I was already plugged in. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Plus, I put my work in, so I don't even care. You know, people, you know, you can check my pedigree. My name is Hab, H-A-B. And so, you know, for real. So it was like, you know, at the end of the day, I mean, I'm not saying that I was red ID or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I didn't push it like that. I wasn't no red ID nigga, but I put enough where I could say I made it. I lived through. Because even all the way up to Willem State, you know, the people I was dealing with in the island, they ran into me up top. You know what I mean? And you know, we was either cool or we wasn't. You know, I got the scars and all that to prove it.
Facts. One thing that I like to always say, you know why? And this is not trying to disrespect nobody else that was or whatever. My whole thing is, some dudes was red ID, but they didn't earn that red ID. They mistakenly got red ID. You heard? So a lot of dudes I know dudes that was putting in more work that never got a red ID than dudes with red ID. Some dudes wanted red ID to try to prove that they was somebody. It was like a form of identity. Like, I get busy. My dude, you got caught with a toothbrush. Let's be for real.
A sharpened nail they found in the yard or some crazy
Stop
shit.
playing. They blamed you. They blamed you for a piece of metal that fell from your light or something, my dude. Let's keep it 100. And they said, whoop, you was giving red ID to everybody. You getting this. It's something new. It's yours. You wearing it. Bang, point blank.
You know what, too? Yeah.
But that's just the way it is. But I give props to a dude like you that comes on, like I said, my story. Look, man, I took L's too. I took L's in the prison system and in the street, because you put in work, you're going to get work put on. Facts. Some dudes kill me when they be like, oh, I was a straight killer, gorilla. Papi, nothing never happened to you? Wow, you Superman. And even Superman, I think something happened to. Right? Isn't he paralyzed in real life? Like, come on. Like, right? Right? It's a fact, right? So come on, these dudes kill me with that. But anyway, one thing I like, man, is like, this one is a touchy for me. I spent hours with you talking yesterday. It was awesome. Some of it we can't post. You know, it's just the people's get mad. You know how the hood is. But it's very touching to me to be able to talk to you. And I know you. And I always tell people, looks are deceiving. Looks are deceiving, right? That's how you know it's his real life. Homegirl's coughing back there like COVID-19.
Yeah,
God bless her.
You know what I mean?
God bless her, though.
Good. Yeah, man. We out here.
But
I appreciate that.
Baby, you already know. But listen, we out here. He's up there. You on the 20-something floor in the projects. Facts, right?
22nd, baby. 22nd, Brownsville. You heard?
Tell him where you from right now.
In Sutter, you know what I'm saying?
Brownsville.
We out here.
Brownsville in the
building. Out here.
Yo, that's my dude, Hab. This was a touchy one for me because, like I said, Hab, you know I love you, boy. Facts.
I love you too, man.
But yeah, man, and it's awesome. It's so much that I be stuck. I don't even know what to say because I spent a lot of time with you a lot of years, and I know. Look, this is why I tell people that looks are deceiving, right? Because people got a misconception of what a real gangster is supposed to look like. You feel me? And they get things confused. You understand? But that's how this is a good thing. So I think that with all respects, you rep for like the Gorditos. You feel me?
You heard me?
Yeah,
the Gordito
right.
Power, baby. Okay.
And for those that don't know, I mean it with no disrespect for like the big dudes. I'm the heavy set dudes. Hab is here for you. G'd up. So Hab.
All day, baby. You heard? Yeah, what's up?
So you went through Rikers, you went through the Sprungs and all that. And when you became adult in Rikers Island, was it a lot of difference from the adolescence for you, or was it like nothing to you because you was already used to bitten?
Well, yeah, it was. I mean, at first, I had my own episode too, because when I first went into the adult spot, now it was like, now there was OGs in there for real. So I still had the mentality that I was fucking with before. So I had to watch myself because I could get checked real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, the OGs don't play. You know what I mean? Now that I'm older, you know what I'm saying, I understand,
Right.
you know what I'm saying, what they was telling me. But when I went to I think it was HDM, man. I think I was over there, and I remember I went and it was so long ago, but I remember that this dude from up top, he came down on a court thing, and he was a Spanish dude, and he was like, yo, and at that time I really was just getting hit with weed, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he was like, yo, go down and I'm gonna have my, he was cool, but he was Boricua, so I didn't really think, and he was repping or whatever, and I didn't think my own. This is where I found out that, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you get bad word from it within, you know what I'm saying? Right. And this is where I learned that situation out, you know what I mean? And so, I did it because he was, he was plugged in with me, you know what I'm saying, even though I didn't really know him like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But he still was, and you know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, this nigga good. You know what I mean? So I went and did the figure a favor. And then when the nigga got it, nigga shit, I did it on me. You know what I'm
saying? He signed in. All right.
Yeah, he took the work.
For those of you that don't know, the dude, he hit the dude off with the work. He sent them to get whatever. Homeboy got the work and he signed into PC and kept it all. Protective custody. He did the onky donk penko move. And he did. And what he was supposed to be people's, like with the same clique.
Right. And that's the only reason why I got caught slipping. But I learned from that situation. You know what I'm saying? So now
But in reality, he wasn't that, because real peoples don't do that to your bro. Facts.
So we know this.
Right.
But some people, they come up with their own shit. But
right.
At the end of the day, I learned from that, and then so it was crazy because now I had now he put me in a situation because now there was other heads involved.
Oh yeah, that happened to me.
You understand what I'm saying? Oh. So this is where I got my lesson. You feel me? I had to still come up with it. Niggas ain't trying to hear it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I came out of that with lumpy, yeah. I came out of that with lumpy, but you know what? I held my own, and because of that, I ran into some of them again later on, and they gave me my props, and that shit was squashed, whatever, because you can't really hide. It don't make no sense trying to. You might as well just go head on with it, get it out the way, and you know what I'm saying, move forward. Right. I learned that now, but I didn't get that then. But that was a situation right there. And my first time going into being an adult.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I thought it was gonna be like the 4 building, niggas just fucking each other all over, but nobody cares, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody just cutting each other, getting it over with.
Right. And the
over
adults,
there, they doing it different.
Right. They care, like, yo, you're not doing that, or you are doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's either you are or you're not. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So that was a rude awakening for me, thinking that shit was sweet. You know what I'm saying?
Not for nothing though. You did a lot. You spent most of your life in jail and prison, also like me, because you spent a lot of years locked up, huh?
Yeah, I know I have. And I also was out of state. I was out of state locked up. I was all over the place, man.
Yeah, that's
crazy. I'm not proud, but I'm just saying, like,
no, at the end of this, it's always never proud, never glorified, just telling a story in hopes that people don't go through what we went through. But there's always a message. Look at all the things that you've done and that you're doing and that you've accomplished in between. But what I'm saying, so you go to the adults, and what was one of the craziest things that you ever experienced besides that, or seen, if you could say without getting anyone, jammed up?
Right. Oh, okay.
What was you could say like whatever you want, but what was one of the craziest things that you ever seen like pop or happen in the adults or adolescents?
All right. Well, I'll never forget this. I remember a time in a 4 building. This wasn't adults, it was adolescents in Rikers Island Correctional Facility. We was online, we was in the hallway, at the jump off.
It pops.
So it was the pop off, but the thing was that it got so crazy, and I never forget. You know what I'm saying? Who I don't know if you ever met him. His name was Barry Goods. Yo, he's a hip hop rapper now too. But yo, when we was in there, his name Barry Goods. The dude, it was just me and him standing. I promise you, no lying. He put most of the work in, but everybody was fighting. But it was just so much blood that we were just slipping and sliding all over. That police didn't even want to get involved because it was like a bloodbath, bro. I'm serious. I was cut. Everybody was cut. They was stabbed, cut. Everybody was bleeding. There was blood, and they can't even stay still. They was holding the wall. Me and this niggas holding each other from not slipping on the floor because there was blood everywhere. It was crazy. I'm telling you, I was so scared because I didn't, I've never really experienced nothing like that. I mean, you see multiple people bleeding, dudes is laid out. You know what I'm saying? It's looking. Police don't even want to help you, so don't even look at the police for help. They looking at us like we got 4 heads on us because there's blood everywhere.
Right.
We slipping in it. That's how much blood is on the floor. I'm telling you, B. So it was just like, I gotta say that was one of the craziest things I saw. I mean, I saw a crazy dude get knocked out or dude get stabbed. I mean, yeah, but I'm talking about me being involved in it. You know what I'm saying? As far as like experience the terror. You know what I'm saying? Because I think about it now, I'm like, yo, I can't even believe I made it through that. I can't even, you know what I mean? My mind is like, wow. You know what I'm saying? And it was light work. Like we was ready. We wanted more. We had blood all over us, and we just was like, whatever. We ready to die. Not even thinking. Right. Anyway, yeah, but that was crazy. Yeah, just thinking about it gave me anxiety.
I mean,
it's crazy.
Yo, Hab, I think that not for nothing, right? The way we are today, you've been around me. You've been around me recently. You know what I'm saying? Not too long. When we were still together, a year ago, not even a year or something, or more.
A little more, but
it feels like if it was fucking 3 months ago, bro. Honestly,
it do though.
So I mean, but you was with me recently. You was with me when I was telling you, yo, Hab, this podcast thing. Yo, Hab, I'm telling you, you was like, yeah, nigga, shut up.
Yeah, we was in the Corvette or whatever that shit was. We was driving.
It was a gray Camaro, right?
It was white. It was white. It was nice. Yeah,
white.
Yeah, it was white. He's like, yo, do podcast.
I'm like, yo, let's do the podcast thing. Hab, our life is crazy. We've been through hell and back. You like, all right, man, yeah, whatever, bro. And then when you hit me, what I like about you is that you always kept it 100. You're not a hater. You talked yesterday. You talked to me. We talked, and you told me like, "Yo, bro, I'm proud of you, man. Do I remember when I was with you? You said, I didn't post that up because sometimes when people big me up too much, I don't like to make the videos about me. But I respect that you said. I respect that you said, bro. Whether a dude want to admit it or not, in the hood, a lot of us worked for you, boy. You was my man. You had the whips. And I don't like to show off. You understand? So I asked my people, should I post this? It's like he's saying his story, but I'm getting bigged up.
I mean, it's my story. It's my story. You're not saying it. I've actually lived it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So nobody can really say that because it's what I lived and what I saw. Right. You know what I'm saying? That you can't change my life story.
Right, I was in your story. I was in your story.
That was a part of my life.
Right. That's
you know what I'm saying. I had to go through that to become, who I am today. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You know what I mean? I learned from that. I took that as a learning experience. We all did. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. But my man told me, yo, you know what it is, War? That you are such a real dude. You such a good dude that you don't want to be perceived as you trying to look too real, too thorough because, and it's a fact, because
some people can't handle that.
Right. Some people can't handle that. They think, oh, this little dude, he's showing off. Ain't no showing off. That's facts about my life, what it was, homie. Whether a dude want to say, oh, I know him. He used to dip it. He used to indulge. Yeah, I said that, homie. But ask your man if, you understand? So I never try to show off and try to perceive like a super thug online because I always believe that real tough guys don't come online to act tough. This is not the place for that. You know what I'm saying? But of course, we don't need to act tough. But while we do, some people perceive it as, oh, another jail story. Look, we trying to give a message to the people that you don't want to go through this. Rikers Island is very bad for people. Any jail or prison is bad for people. But we love our people. We love our hood, our ghetto, our slums. You understand? That's what made us who we are today. We never could forget about that.
Yep.
You know, and when people say, oh, you guys are always gonna gangbang for the rest of your life, I don't look at it like that. I look at it when I'm doing good. Now you a real twin. Now you a real thing. You understand? Now you really that, because you're supposed to have carried yourself in that manner as a grown man, as a real man, when you first got involved. You feel me? Because that's what it's supposed to be about. It's not about nothing else. It's an upliftment of the peoples. So a lot of people don't understand some things. But anyway, man, so let's get back to Hab, man. My bad. Just
that's all right. No. Kick that. That's what's up, man. Because, you know, if they don't get it, then, you know, you try to give them a little knowledge. That's what's up, man.
Yeah, man. But one thing is for sure, that one stood out to me when you said, man, I was slipping and sliding. The blitter was everywhere. You know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah. You know, when you think of stuff that happened to you like that, you know, I ain't gonna front. Like, now that I think about it, like, damn, it give me anxiety. Because I'm like, yo.
That's what I meant to say. We suffer from a lot of the whole alphabet.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. That's a fact, though, man. Because you know, I mean, you know, not to get off the topic or whatever, but yeah, you go through that, and if you don't got it, when you go in there, when you leave there, you're gonna have it. But I'm telling you,
you're gonna have
paranoia, all type of shit. You're gonna have lack of trust. You're gonna be, you know, all sorts of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you know, only a lot of us, you know what I'm saying? You know, we built for, I guess, that, because this is, you know, this is our cause. We play it for survival. You know what I'm saying? I mean, some of us win, some of us lose, but at the end of the day, we all learn something out of it.
Look, I'm gonna tell you a true story. This is how I know something is wrong with me, and the dude is probably definitely something's wrong with this dude. I don't mean to blow him up, and shout out to him. I love Mac Mean, a dude I just did an interview with, my last interview, right? Okay. So I'm talking to him, I hit him up. He responds back like if he's telling me like, nah, bro, you bugging. I'm like, yo, my dude, you trying to disrespect me? But he's like, he's like, yo, bro, you're bugging out. Like, you going hard. You heard? I'm like, F that, bro. You know, but you know how we are. So my thing, I'm like, oh, snap, boy, you wild out a little bit too. You know, son is cool with you. So I had to realize that he didn't mean it like that. This, you know, and that's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to disrespect him or put it out there. He's my dude. He understands what it is. But I did go a little above and beyond to let him know I don't matter where you at. Just tell me where you at. If you that man, you know, and it wasn't for all that. He's my guy. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, my thing kicked up, you know, for no apparent reason. So I know that we all suffer from something. That's all I'm trying to say. And mental health is serious. About getting off topic, everybody knows I'm all over the place with it on this channel. You know, so it's never about a topic. We everywhere, you know. In fact, I don't like to stay too much on topic on channels because it leads the people just on one thing, like ping, repeatedly. Too much of nothing, you know, it's no good for you. So anyway, you go to Rikers, you get up, you getting big now, you growing up, the adults, you getting sentenced, you getting bids back to back, right?
Yo, yeah, they actually my first bid, it was they gave me like 8 years. So, you know, I did at that time, you know, they was doing like a 4 to 8, you know, 4 to 12. You know what I'm saying? And then what they'll do is they'll give you 4 to 8, but they'll hit you twice. You know what I'm saying? So you actually do 6. You know what I'm saying? So when you come home, you only got 2 years parole. So, you know, and then they kept getting me with that because my thing was, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't follow the rules, man. So I run. And this is where my travels came in. But that's another story. But I'm just saying, like, from doing that shit, I ended up fucking running from this fucking place. You know what I'm saying? And I was using my resources, you know, because, you know, we street niggas. So we use our street resources to go under the grid. You feel me?
Right.
And so, you know, yeah, so I had to, you know, I worked my way through a few states and did a few things. And,
one of the things that's real deep, man, that stood out to me that I always remember, is when we was when we was drinking at the bar, me and you not too long ago, and you said, yo, bro, I feel so bad because of my running the streets. They actually murked my girlfriend. Like they got rid of her.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.